Hello dear students, I am Dr. Saroj Kumar Chandra, Assistant Professor, School of Computing Science and Engineering, Galgotias University, Greater Noida, India. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about dynamic memory allocation techniques. So, before starting the lecture, a student must have knowledge about the pointers, how the pointers are declared, how address of variables are initialized to pointer variables. And also, a student must have knowledge about the memory allocation and initialization values to the variables. So, in this, a student must have knowledge about the size of memory that is allocated to different data types available in the C language. So, student, we are going to discuss about the dynamic memory allocation techniques. So, in this lecture, we will discuss about dynamic memory allocation techniques, and we will see what are the different methods that is available for dynamic memory allocation. So, dynamic memory allocation is used to enable programmer to allocate memory at run time. Here we are having library that is standard library.h, where we are having many methods that is used to allocate memory space dynamically to the variables. So, here we are having 4 functions that is used for dynamic memory allocation techniques. First one is memory allocation, that is abbreviated to malloc. Same way calloc is there, and the next one is realloc is there, and another method that is free. These 4 methods are available for dynamic memory allocation. So here in the figure we are having a block in which we are having an array of 9 elements. So you can see here 9 elements are there, and it is initialized with the some values. So, and also you must have learned in the previous class that the first index of array element always start with the 0, and array name gives address of the first element. Okay, so here, and last index is 8. So we are having array of length 9, and it start with the index 0, and last index of element will be maximum size of array minus 1. So one by one we will discuss about the methods available in the standard library for dynamic memory allocation. So first one is malloc. Okay, that is memory allocation. So method in C, malloc method in C is used to dynamically allocate a single large block of memory with specified size. It returns a pointer of type void which can be cast into a pointer of any form. It initializes each block with default garbage values. Okay, so this is the one method that is used for dynamic memory allocation. So this is the syntax of this memory allocation method. So here cast type is there. So cast type means suppose you want a memory block for int type, then it must be int. And also suppose you want a memory block for character, then it will be character. And if you want to allocate memory block for float, then it must be float. And next one is method name itself, and then byte size. So here byte size can be identified by size of operator. Okay, so suppose I want to allocate 100. I want to allocate I want to use an array for storing 100 int data. Then this is the typical syntax for doing that. Here ptr is pointer variable, and then casting, as I said earlier, it must be int, and then method name, and here 100 indicates that I want 100 element of type int. So in this statement we are allocating 400 bytes of memory. And also here it may happen that suppose 400 blocks of memory is not free at that time, then it will return null at that condition. Otherwise it will return address of first block to the pointer. Okay, so we will see also this in the example. So this is the example for memory allocation. Okay, so here we are having we will not see all the codes, we will see the code that is mean to us. So here we are having pointer variable, and n is there. N indicates number of elements of type int. Okay, so suppose n is 5, then it will allocate size of int for the 5 elements. Okay, so if int is taking 4 bytes, then it will allocate 5 into 4, that will be 20. And here in the next if statement we have checked the condition. whether memory is successfully allocated or not using the null value. So if pointer equal to null means our dynamic memory allocation method has been failed due to unavailable memory and it has returned null. Then upon this we cannot do operation or initialization to the variable. So this is written for that, but it has returned some value. Okay, means memory is allocated successfully, and in that case here in the else statement we are printing memory successfully allocated using malloc method, and using the for loop we are initializing values to the pointer. So here what happens here, I is initialized to 0 and then here using this statement values is stored to the pointer variable. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the loop will iterate through 5 values 0 to 4 and it will initialize values to the variables. And in the next statement we are printing the values that is stored to the pointer variables. So in this way we are using the malloc method. Next one is calloc method. So syntax of both method is almost same, but here the difference is that calloc method automatically initializes memory block with the 0 values, and also you can see the difference between syntax of both methods. Here in the syntax you can see we are passing 2 parameters to the calloc methods, but in the malloc method we were passing only 1 values. Okay, so these are the basic difference between malloc and calloc methods. Both are used for allocating memory space dynamically, but in the malloc method we are passing only 1 parameters and it does not initialize any values to the allocated block, while in the calloc method we are passing 2 parameters and it also assigns or initialize the allocated block with the 0 values. Here in the example we have taken an pointer which will store 25 values of float type. Okay, suppose for float is taking 8 bytes, then 8 into 25, that will be 200 bytes it will allocate to the pointer variable. Okay, here this is the typecasting as we have discussed in the malloc methods. So in this way. So here in the example you can see we are having a pointer variable which can store 25 values of float type, float data type. So it will store 200 bytes. It will allocate 200 memory byte upon successful completion of this code. As I said earlier, if the 200 memory blocks is not free at that time, then it can return null. And also, upon successful allocation of memory block, these calloc methods automatically initialize zeros to allocated block. Here in the example we can see also, here we are having pointer variable and here we are having int and I, and as here we are having n that is initialized with 5, and then we have allocated n number of memory block of size int using the calloc methods. So here you can see we are passing two parameters to the calloc function. One is number of elements and another one is size of data type. So it will allocate 5 into 4, that is 20 upon successful allocation of memory block. If memory allocation is not successful, then it will return null and our program will exit from execution. If this is not true, means calloc method has successfully allocated some memory blocks and it will return address of first memory block to the pointer. And here using the for loop we are initializing the values to the pointer, and using the second for loop we are printing the values initialized. But as I said that we can print without initializing the values if you are using the calloc method, since it has initialized allocated block with the zeros. But that is not true in the case of malloc method, since malloc method does not allocate or does not initialize values with the zeros. Okay, so we cannot directly use that. Okay, so in this lecture we have seen dynamic memory allocation, and we have seen what are the different methods available for dynamic memory allocation, and we have discussed about two of the methods that is available for dynamic memory allocation, which is malloc and calloc. In the next lecture we will discuss about the reallocation and free methods. For more information on the topic, you can contact me saroj.chandra@galgotiasuniversity.edu.in. These are the references that I have taken for preparing the lecture slides. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.